So let's go ahead and have Will make his hollow disguise based off of this fully perfect condition stormtrooper armor.
Might I make a suggestion?
What's that?
Thornton puts the armor onto someone else, and then Thornton makes a computer check.
It's just a one purple.
Oh, one purple.
It's a two purple.
It says one. It says easy
Oh,
computer
does it say?
check.
Okay. Okay, I thought it was
holographic
two. I
costume,
average.
right? Is it a holographic costume? Yeah, I got it on my code generator. It says easy computer check.
I thought it was average.
Yeah, it's easy if you have it on hand. It's daunting if you don't have it on hand.
Okay.
Wait, so does that mean that Thornton could just make up disguises with his boss computer skill?
Yeah, if we have hollow costumes.
Yeah, I could. You know, that's a good point. I could try to do an officer's uniform, but I have no idea what the officer's name is to make.
Okay, Jeff. 4 successes on the computer's check.
Okay, so it's Stormtrooper, but it's only one purple.
Okay, doesn't matter. I still crushed it.
So, Cyrad.
Yes.
Can you make a knowledge warfare check?
Unassisted? I'm guessing?
I would, unless anyone else here has any military protocol knowledge, I don't see how it can be assisted. And it will be, hold on one sec.
Hold on. I will also do improved inspiring rhetoric on him to give him a blue dice. Or actually, I'll just give him an assist. Don't matter.
Okay, so...
You could do both.
What kind of...
Oh, okay. Well, I will do both then.
What kind of knowledge do you have that would assist with military
He's doing the "you're great" type thing. Come on, man, you've been in so many battles and so on.
Okay. He's like, you got this, Cyrad. You can do this. Think.
Yeah. How many purples?
Oh, that doesn't seem to help.
Nope. But I can still do. I can
give
still
him a
assist
blue.
him. Yeah.
So I'm thinking 3. Probably okay.
I'm probably going to fail this.
Is your knowledge warfare not that great?
I'm not an intelligence character. I have 1 rank in knowledge warfare, and I'm getting 1 blue dice.
Okay, well, let's make this 2. I'll just say 2, because this might be something common.
Okay, so I've got 1 blue dice from Colin helping me.
Point.
2 advantage, no success.
So you're thinking, you're like, there's something important. I just can't think about it right now. But yeah, it should be good. I don't see any reason they'd be on high alert. So that's kind of what you're like. There's something I think I'm forgetting, but I think this would just be a normal. I don't see any reason, they'd be on high alert. I think we cover our tracks pretty good, but you have this like itching feeling like you're forgetting something.
I have something to add too.
What do you want to add?
Okay, I don't know if it would be a skullduggery check or a leadership check, since I'm educated in Imperial, like I know about Imperial policies and stuff, to kind of glean any more information on how things are normally operated like this.
You can roll. It'll be a normal 2 purple.
So which skill you want me to roll for that then?
Your knowledge of Imperial. You said you have some type of knowledge with the Imperial.
It would probably be knowledge education.
It's under education.
Yeah, so definitely be an education roll.
Okay. And 2 purple, you said?
Yeah, it's normal. It's something you should have known at Imperial training. Okay. So when Cyrad's over here, like, I think we did a good job of covering our tracks. Colin's like, oh, you know what, guys? We took out a bunch of stormtroopers back at that communication tower, and they were supposed to check in physically at least once each day physically to change rotation. So seeing how they're dead, it's a good. No one checked in when they were supposed to. So you've got a
Okay,
you got a bad feeling about this.
knowing that, has days passed since we've done that, or was it still is it still the same day that we killed them?
No, days have passed.
Oh,
At least-
okay.
At least a full day, because we were gonna. I believe we were waiting for daytime. Is that what we said?
So
Because
that will
That
scrap
and
our
it
plan-
took a while to walk here, I think.
Yeah, it takes a
that
while
will scrap our plan of trying to infiltrate as being the stormtroopers. Then
Or Mr. Smooth Talker can come up with a reason why we're late for our check-in.
Uh,
that could work. I could say the what's the vehicles called that they had?
Speeder bikes.
troops, spider
Yeah,
bikes.
speeder bikes broke down.
Yeah,
Which is
but
why you're here on foot.
Exactly.
and you can also say
Or if we're going in escorting people, I can say that these people shot down the speeder bikes, but we captured them.
I was going to suggest that me and Del try and stealth him, because I think we both
That
have
works.
pretty good stealth checks.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that works
but
too.
if
I just didn't know how
we
y'all
try
wanted to go about it.
if we try being prisoners, there might be a chance they say, "Oh, good, give them to us. We're gonna put them in cells, and you go check. You go make a report, something."
Yeah, that works. I was just throwing out ideas to see how y'all wanted to go about it.
So, two of us are in Stormtrooper outfit. Thornton needs to get to a console so he can get a layout for this base, and then hopefully find the communications area so I can block all comms so they can't call for backup. So how we
Just-
get there without drawing a bunch of attention is the way I vote for. Also,
So, and
stun settings make less noise than blasters on their full power settings.
Cyrano
So then another-
Senator's rifle, at where the fire selector would be, there isn't a stun setting.
So then another question. I'm trying to see what the benefit of me doing something for Sirad and Dell. If I wanna make the ghillie suits, because Bob said it could fall under me rolling a survival check. What dice benefit would that give them to their stealth,
Probably.
or would it depend on how successful it is?
Now, if you're making armor, that takes
No,
lots of time.
No,
I'm not making armor. I'm using the natural foliage basically to make sort of makeshift ghillie suits, so they'll blend into the surroundings better.
But if they're inside a facility versus nature, how would that work?
I would
Well,
say just leave
They
it.
just
will be
pull it
fine.
off once they get inside. Before they go inside, they just snatch it off. It just cover their trail as they're making their way up there.
So we're able to make it to a facility without difficulty because we have two guides
We-
taking us.
And
We-
we're at the drain exit, aren't we, into the base?
Yeah.
Okay, I
that's
didn't
why
know
we're
if we
staying
had
on top
crossed
of
the
a
open.
grate.
I didn't know if we had crossed the open area where that's around the base yet or not. That's all I was thinking, was to help them get a better check on crossing that area.
Yeah, so at nighttime, we took note that they had two ATST walkers, and one of them walked away from the base. So we kind of have an idea of the outside of the base, and our guide showed us where the secret entrance is to the sewer, and we were able to come up through this grate where all of our characters are at right now.
We saw an AT-AT go
ATST.
away. ATST, sorry, not used to
Yes.
the English appellation. One walk out of the base.
Yo,
Like
there's
going
one
in the
away from
forest?
base. Yeah, there's one still at the base. Based on the-
Did it go in the direction of the Felucian town?
So based on the information that Colin shared with the group from military tactics, we can probably deduce that it might be making its way to the stormtroopers' last coordinates, which was the comm tower. If I was to guess, that's probably what I would think.
And that's gonna be a problem.
The cool
'Cause if
thing
they
is,
found it... sorry, go on.
the cool thing is, Thornton locked out the system, and he has a back door. So they would have to override my computer skill plus setback dice to my talent to be able to override my lockout.
So, question: knowing Thornton having a back door into the system, does he have a way? Is there a way that he can make it self-destruct when somebody messes with it, so it basically neutralizes either the ATST or the people that comes out of the ATST? I don't know how big an explosion would be.
So
Or could it would
because
even
of
be
the
that-
atmosphere, we would need a powerful communications tower that can communicate with that communications tower. So this facility more than likely has one, because that's the only way they could talk back and forth between the comm towers. So if Thorn could find the communications center inside this facility, he could have access to that comm station and might be able to roll to get it to blow up if we wanted to. But I'm thinking it might be better to have an Imperial communications tower that we have access to that's locked out from anyone else's control.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I don't even know how big of an explosion it would be, but basically, once they get there and they investigate to find out that the system's been tampered with, well, they get blown up, so they can't report back that the system's been tampered with.
Well, they can't report back anyways unless they can beat my computer skill. They'll have to make the long voyage all the way back to the base to let them know what they
Except
found.
they have an
Which I figured
ATST.
wouldn't take long. That's what I was gonna say, which wouldn't take long because they have an ATST.
The ATST is not nearly as fast as a speeder bike.
But it's way faster than on foot. It's built for this.
Okay. So another thing is Thorn would want to get to a communications tower so we can make communication to our ship and see if everything's repaired and they could pick us up when we're ready to set off the explosions and get
Good point.
our Admiral Guider Barth out.
But if we do that, we have to destroy or at least deactivate the air defense of the base. I assume we have.
You know what? We might have to roll to see if we saw any air defense around this.
We did see air defense because they was shooting at us. It may not have
No,
been
no.
air defense, but
That
it
was on
big
the other
cannons.
side of the planet.
Yeah, that was
Oh,
near
it
the
was from
spaceport. Having
That's right,
huge,
yeah.
having huge torch like that might make this quote unquote hidden base stand out.
Well,
So
that's something
this-
that Thornton could check
this
out
might
in the
not
computer
happen.
system because you would
Right.
think they would have some kind of defense.
We are still in time.
Sort of.
We're just planning.
Yeah, no, that's fine. I'm just not 100% attentive to the game right now.
Okay. So when we get there, Bob, inside the stormtrooper helmet that Thorn's wearing, do we hear any chatter?
Are you starting inside the base, or you already snuck and cut through?
So that's the question I was going to have to you. I just put this on the map. So how we get into? Kind of foggy. From the actual book module, it shows the guide takes us to this hidden tunnel to get into the facility. So if you wanted to make any alterations, we can do that.
Okay.
Before we do anything else,
Right,
should
this-
we sort out the Destiny rules?
So I'm going to clear the pool. So start rolling Destiny. Ooh, good one, Dell.
That was pretty consistent doing that.
Which is why he should always look for loot.
So
Nice
is it
one.
supposed to be like this under Destiny pool on my character sheet? It always says 3 light, 4 dark.
You
I-
have a sync
Yeah.
with GM or something like this.
There's a button that says sync with the GM. Sync pool with GM. That'll
Oh,
rotate.
I have never been pushing that. I've just been rolling.
Oh.
Every time I've rolled Destiny, I've never pushed that. I've just hit roll Destiny.
You don't need to push it to roll the Destiny. It's just that number of light, number of dark won't be up to date unless you hit sync with GM.
Okay, I didn't know if that would affect the roll if I
It
didn't
does
sync
not.
first before I rolled. Okay.
So, Bob, so should I roll that force dice to see if I ever heard any officers' names when I was listening through those several hours of audio I downloaded from the communications tower?
Oh no, you heard officer's name. That is to when your communications come online, you actually recognize their voice if they're speaking on the comm.
Oh, I was just wanting to have an officer's name to let Colin know this officer's on the base. So if someone asks us what we're doing, we'll say, Officer such and such told us to go do this or that. So that's what I was wanting to get a name for to give it to Colin so he could do a sweet talking thing.
Continue your planning and
Okay, so I guess I came across.
yes. So you came across Warrant Officer Heinrich and Lieutenant Aiden.
All right, so I tell you these two names, Colin, in case anyone asks us what we're doing. Just let them know we're in this area, or we're bringing these prisoners by request of Warrant Officer Heinrich or Lieutenant Aiden. Okay. So another question I had, Bob, do we notice if the comms seem to be working inside the facility?
GM, I think you still got the force dice activated.
I do. I'm about to make a roll.
Oh, okay. Well, what that roll was for on the education roll is try to figure out which one of those are higher ranked, the warrant officer or the lieutenant.
Okay, yeah, you can make an education. There's someone in the party you could ask. So
Well, I'll ask if need be, but I was just because he would have thought that as soon as Torin told him.
You never really heard of warrant officers. You've heard a lot of lieutenants, and they tend to be nobles. So you lean toward that's probably the higher rank.
Okay.
So what Thornton was thinking was, since Dell's not wearing his stormtrooper helmet, before we got to the base, I would like to maybe roll an attachment roll to remove the stormtrooper's comm from the helmet, and then alter it in a way so that I could combine it with my comm, maybe with a mechanics check, so I could push a button to have a feedback loop go through the comm system to kind of jam them.
All right.
I would build this, and I can make the rolls for it before we come inside. And then I guess we'll find out if I need to do that or not, if we hear any chatter or not.
So you have your tools set, right?
Yes, I do.
Dell, you actually took the broken stormtrooper armor helmet with you?
Well, yes. Would be useful.
I think Dell was wearing the broken stormtrooper armor because it's better than his heavy clothing.
Yeah, but not the
No,
helmet.
he's not-
I can't
he's-
fit it.
He's
Doesn't
wearing the helmet has a faceplate, parts of it blown out of it. That's part of the damage of the armor he's wearing. So doesn't work on it. It's not a useful helmet for anybody. All right, so start with a 4 purple. Let's see, so you're going to do mechanics. Now, are you going to try to do this in a stealthily way?
So this is what I wanted to do before we get to the facility while because it's nighttime, and we were going to wait for the daytime. So we
Right.
had a little
This
bit of
is
time.
why you're kind of waiting out on the fringes in a trench.
Okay. So yeah,
And you want to kind of do this stealthily?
I'll have a lookout. So I'll do it regular, and Cyrad and
this is
Dale
going
can
to
let me know
be-
someone's coming.
How much noise you can make that can be picked up. Has nothing to do with your teammates are going to be looking out for you so they can say, hey, Thornton, Rancor's coming.
Okay. I'm not very stealthful.
No, it's not a stealth roll. It's basically like you would, instead of like, hey, I'm going to complete this weld all at once, I'm going to kind of do a little weld, stop, listen, do a little weld, stop, listen, interrupt your flow
Okay,
of
I'll
work.
do all that. Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay. Not in a good environment, but not in a good environment. You're doing stealthy, and everyone else is going to be kind of watching out for you, correct?
Yes.
All right. So
Yep.
4 purple and 2 black.
Okay. And I do have Deathmaker, so that reduces one of the black. Remove one.
Automatically, or do you have to take a strain?
No, it's automatic. It's passive. Remove 1 setback per rank of Deathmaker
Okay.
from.
Adept Maker, I think it is.
Did I say it wrong?
Yeah.
DEFT.
Thank you.
Oh,
sir.
Deft.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
so-
kept hearing death maker and debt maker, and
Yeah,
it
Deft.
making sense.
Deft. Okay. So it'll be 4 purple, 1 black.
Not quite done yet. Stuart, what's your strain at? Your strain threshold. I'm sorry. Strain threshold.
Are we re-rolling? So at the moment, my strain threshold is 13. I've got
That's the number I need. The other number will potentially change. Colin,
Okay.
what's yours?
My strain threshold?
Yep.
12.
Thornton and Dell.
Threshold's 13.
14.
Okay. And let's re-roll obligations.
What do we roll for that? I forget.
We
I'll roll
don't.
it.
The GM does.
Oh, okay.
87. All right. That lands on no one.
Excellent.
No obligations. So everyone has been pretty freaked out, and I guess we are starting to believe in the legend of that is known as Dell. and we feel good.
I wouldn't feel good about it.
Well,
Now
you're-
every time I see one of them squares that's for the dynamic lighting, I'm thinking mouse droid.
okay, so Thornton, you did your roll, and you got
Two
two
advantage.
advantages.
So
Okay. Stuart, are you in player mode?
Yes.
Okay. All right, Jeff. So you think you got something.
okay,
You didn't have much to work with.
okay.
Nightfall. So did Jeff tell you about how you've seen ATSTs come in and go, and the best count, there's a minimum of 2. You saw a little changing of the guard, like one of the ATSTs went into the facility, then came back out, then went off into the forest. And there's only one patrolling right now at night.
Yes.
Okay.
And Colin did an education roll, and it dawned on him that those stormtroopers we took out would have physically had to report to the base at some point in time.
For like a changing of the watch type thing.
Okay. That's cool. Stuart, don't you have Warlord?
He did, but he didn't get a success.
I got advantage bonus. Like, I'm not an intelligence character. I have all of 1 trained rank in it.
He thought we did good. He thought, we covered our tracks, but there's something weighing on him. It's like, I know I'm forgetting something.
Well, they stand guard till they're relieved. Yeah. They'll be fine. All right. So you'll get he leads you to the tunnel. The group is able to time it correctly and scoots across. Get to the tunnel. There's a grate there. A fusion cutter comes out. You cut through it. You're kind of wading through a drained sewage area, and you come up on a manhole cover, and you do fusion cut on kind of the boats to lift it up. Party pops where they
Where we are on the map.
Sorry, hold on. I gotta move me. Okay, so the party pops up there. Are those little things light?
They're lights. They're the light sources.
Del sees a mouse droid and steps on it, and done. Okay. So you're actually in kind of a dark area. The area you do notice there's a slope down that goes into this drainage area, and you don't see the base. Kind of looks quiet, but all the doors look shut. And make perception checks. Two purple.
For reference, Bob, me and Del were intending on doing stealth throughout this whole mission. So if you at some point want us to roll stealth checks versus whoever's looking, just tell us what the difficulty is.
Yeah, okay. That's. By the way,
Now
is stealth hamper your movement at all per the rules?
Not in this system, I don't think.
You just make your roll, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ah,
Well,
okay,
it's
good. That makes
against.
it easy.
Yeah, it's against the person's.
It's against vigilance, I think,
Yeah.
or perception.
Yeah. it's
Yeah,
against
That's
her.
another thing I've never rolled is triumphs, and I've rolled 2 just since we've been on this time.
So one of the thing is when
Oh.
you did your education, Will,
Mhm.
you got a triumph, but it automatically counts the successes. So you didn't get any successes. You didn't pass your education roll. In fact, you actually got more failures than. Why is that right? You got 2 failures. So the triumph you could use as like an additional 1, 2, 3 advantage. I can't remember what the education roll was about.
Oh, that's.
That was-
yeah. The
They know that they were supposed to check back in. He got one success and one
that-
advantage.
the education roll where I see the triumph is that was like who's in charge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was just me trying to figure out which one's a higher rank, a lieutenant or a warrant officer.
Got it. Okay. You got you got 3 despair. Huh. Okay.
3 threat.
A
All right.
Success, an advantage,
I
and a
should be
triumph.
I'm supposed to be doing perception. Clicked on the wrong button. Okay, cancels out completely for Sirad on the perception roll.
Jared's blank. Jared's blank.
I would suggest.
Colin
Del-
got a success, an advantage, and a triumph. for perception.
I would suggest now would be a good time to see if our comms work inside this facility, or if the atmosphere is still
Okay.
preventing them from working.
So the comms do all comms are working. And I'll get to you in a second. So I'll have to do Colin last. So Thornton, you take 3 strain. Dell, is there anything particular you want to do with your advantage?
Well, if I can give a boost die to the next person, why not?
Okay. So Colin, you actually hear some footsteps approaching from this area.
But I would tell the group somebody's coming. I just kind of whisper it real low. Somebody's coming.
In that direction.
I will. You could use that triumph to get a free 4-square move if you want, or for something else.
That's what I'm saying. Does it take anything for me to inform the group that somebody's coming from that direction?
You have
Incidentally.
informed the group, so they are aware.
Okay. And in that case, I'll move towards the direction that it came from to try to put some distance in between me and the other group, so that way, whoever it is, I run into them before they run into the rest of the group
Okay.
to kind of distract them. You said 4 squares?
Yep.
It was coming from this direction, right?
Yep. You are moving in the correct direction.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, and just so I can have it planned out, from here, which direction is the Felucian place? Like north, south, east, west, from where we're at here.
You know, no one's ever asked for the orientation of the base in terms of the Felucian. We'll say it's south of you. Through the
Okay.
double, so you would have to go through the main entrance. If you go through the main entrance and head south for a couple of days, you'll see them.
Hey,
Okay. It was just part of my story I was gonna use, but I didn't want to use the direction that the actual Felucian area is in.
Colin,
This is
by the way, address me as TK773.
Okay.
Hey, Dale, give Colin the stormtrooper's identification.
I'm looking
The
for
one
it,
that you have.
TK777.
So you're TK777. Colin, that's yours. That's your identification.
Okay.
Jeff Whisper.
Okay. Yes, I will do that right now.
All right, so we'll go Colin. Dell, what do you want to do?
Hide in the dark. Don't know, is there any crates or anything?
Probably running around the corner is the best. So you can
Oh,
move.
that's the corner. Okay. Well, I'll do
1,
that.
2,
But-
3. You could do it in a maneuver. Thank you, Jeff.
But without, I'm not running to make so I don't make any noise. So just passing by the.
Yeah, so go ahead and move your guy. And Sharad.
Can you describe the area that we're in currently, please?
What you see is what you get.
So both these pathways actually kind of slope down to this drain,
Yep.
and unfortunately, so you're kind of in a little bit of shadow.
There's a
Yeah,
shadow
so
cast on them.
it's a little shadowy here, but your armor, you have vision enhancers, or anyone with goggles would be able to see you. So really-
Could I Sam Fisher up the wall or anything like that so that I'm out of where people will be likely to look?
If you want to get out of line of sight, you have to head to where Dell went.
Fine.
You can also hide under the grate.
You can actually also jump back down through
Yeah.
the manhole if you want.
I'll do that. I'll jump onto the manhole.
Okay, so put yourself where you want to be. You can be in any of those 4 squares.
I'll be in the one that I'm in.
Thornton, so you're going to need to do a climb check to get out of there with a successful maneuver.
I don't
Thornton,
think there's a climb skill.
athletics, I think.
Athletics.
Okay.
Thornton, as this all comes on, you start you actually hear over the comms saying checking checkpoint Charlie, and then Colin, you see them and they see you.
Checking checkpoint, Charlie. Quietly to Sarad.
Did you hear me? I can only see part of one. Is there more than one there?
No, you should see 2,
You'll have to move a little better.
but that's okay because they
Okay, I can see 2 now.
they come up and they actually, this one goes, Chuck, where
And
have you been?
I'm gonna portray like I'm sort of in a panic, and I'm gonna be like, "We were attacked from the east. They took out the speeder bike."
You can roll your reception.
Yep, that's what I'm getting to.
Okay.
What's difficulty?
Hold on. Okay. So Will, you're going to be going against 3 purple, and I want to upgrade the difficulty because you're taking a gamble, assuming there's something to the east where there may not be.
No. I'm saying that what I mean is enemies came from the east attacking us. I'm giving them a direction that we were attacked from, basically. I'm not saying that there's anything there other than enemies showed up from the east attacking us.
Right, and okay.
Okay.
So that would
Okay.
be 2 step back dice.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay. Wow. Hold on a second. So your hollow suit mimics clothing,
Yeah, once it's programmed in, it does.
except you're mimicking laminate armor with a full helmet.
Yeah.
Uh,
It doesn't actually give me any protection of it or anything. It just makes an identical copy visually.
but it's a full helmet. Okay, so I'm going to use a destiny for the party right now, and say it's straining your capability, but it's working for this interaction.
Okay.
So he goes, East, oh my God, are you okay? You must be, you checked in, right? Here, let's, and he goes, this is TK, blah, blah, blah. We found one of the missing troopers. I'm taking him to the medical bay right now. He says, come on.
Okay, and I start following them, but
Does he
I'm
see
going
my
to
character?
try.
He just noticed you. And he goes, roll a force die for me,
Well,
Thornton.
That looks good.
And he goes, oh, Chuck, is that one of the new recruits that was stationed with you?
yes.
TK773, sir.
Are you all right, son?
Yes, sir. Bit shooken up.
So you go, okay. And
And
what
when
was
we
it?
go to, I'm also wanting to do something real quick. I want to look around and see if there are any cameras.
From where you're at, make a 3 dice perception.
Okay.
So you're kind of in a blind spot of the facility, but when you get out into this area, you do notice there's some cameras. You're not quite sure of their field of view. You definitely know that most of the doorways have cameras on them at some point in time.
Okay. In that case, before
So
we get out,
You think there is a camera here, and that one's moving. That's a sweeping one.
okay, so before we get out into that area, I'm going to look at TK773, just look at him and then look back, and we're following these guys, right?
Well, they're going to lead you.
To the med day.
Okay, that's the question. Are they leading or can I follow them?
Well,
I'm with him leading me.
he's kind of taking. Well, he's heading
What
toward
I'm,
the med.
what I'm asking is I have an action as soon as they turn around to where they're not facing me. If I can get into that
this guy-
situation.
This guy considers you like he knows you, and he's thinking he's hurt, and he's like, "Hey, let's go to the med bay." So he's going to assume you know where it is, and it's more like you're going to follow him.
Okay, which one? This guy or the other one?
This guy. I'm still waiting for what is the skill to pierce the hollow clothing. Is there one?
There's not one
Okay.
as far as its description.
Okay. So he turns.
It could be a deception roll. He could roll perception against Colin's natural deception.
Colin's deception is pretty good, and he goes, "Go inform the lieutenant that two of the guys checked in and that they were attacked from east."
He tells that to this guy?
Yeah, the guy that is moving off. Okay.
Okay. So
Yeah,
as soon as this guy turns around, because I'm following him, blaster in the black on stun setting.
Thornton, seeing what he's doing, shake his head like no.
Okay. Then
All
I'll
right,
just
all right.
ease it back. I'll just ease
Hold
it
on,
back in
hold
where
on.
it's concealed.
All right.
Oh, it's not concealed. It's one of those big old rifles that go over your shoulder.
Oh no, I was gonna pull my blaster that
Oh.
was concealed. But if he would have shook his head no, then I would have just kind of eased it back in.
there he goes. Chuck, you
Let's go,
okay?
Chuck? Let's get you to the med bay. You look a little shooken up.
Yeah. He just kind of played it off. He's like, yeah. That's a good idea.
Ready for me to open the door?
So Dell, you kind of checked that there seems that Cullen was interacting with someone, and then you've just lost sight of Cullen and Thornton. Torrance still kind of behind you, looking down the hallway, and you haven't. And it looks like Sherrod is still in the sewer.
Do I see any cameras from?
No, this area. This is kind of in a blind area.
Okay. Well, I wait for Colin Thornton and the Stormtrooper to pass corner or something.
They have done that.
Okay, so I quickly but quietly I go to the hall to help Cyrad up.
I'll climb up.
Yep.
All right, give me an athletics check.
Difficulty.
2, and you get a blue.
No problem.
All right, so you're okay. Now I need you to make a stealth check for me, Sherrod.
Difficulty.
2 purple.
2 success, 2 threat.
Take 2 strain.
Okay.
And do you actually have the equipment that gives you -2 dice for darkness?
No, we were doing this during the day, I thought.
No.
It's inside the facility.
All right. So.
No, I do not have the equipment for reducing darkness
All right.
yet.
So you think you see what you think is Thornton here, and there does look like to be another figure moving away over in this direction from the angle you have.
Well, I haven't heard any firing yet, so I'm going to assume everything's going well.
Okay.
And just so you know, Bob, I figured you might have assumed this, but the whole reason I was saying to the east is because I'm thinking, okay, well, if I tell them I was attacked to the east, they will send people to the east, so it means less people in the base, but those people aren't going towards the pollutions.
Right. That's kind of a long-term thing, but understood. All right. So he comes in here.
You want me to open the door?
If you guys walk through.
Yeah, I'll walk through.
All right. So put yourselves in one of these squares.
Are you coming, Chuck?
Okay. Okay. So, I'll let you bring up the read text box for this while I work with the other characters really quick. Okay. So, Sarah, Aldell, you kind of make out this trooper too. And then he moves out of your line of sight. You also saw the others look like they moved south, continue moving south. So what do you two do?
Well, still no cameras here? Or?
No, not with your line of sight.
Okay.
If you're saying you're looking for cameras, you could start moving yourself, and I'll tell you when to stop.
Well, we're gonna
So you
try
can
and
move
not split the party and just follow them for now, while being wary for cameras.
So move yourself 4 squares.
Oops.
And make a perception check.
2 difficulty?
Yeah, same. You can too, Sharad, if you're looking for cameras.
Nope, no cameras here.
So Del, you notice there's a camera here that seems to be sweeping the area. You actually are thinking there might be a camera there, but you're not sure for a good look, and you're not sure what its field of view is.
Okay. Well. Honestly, don't know. Don't want to risk blowing a cover. Don't you see? I don't see Cyrad. We go. We stay. We.
Shall we try and go the other way?
They got the bomb.
Yeah, and they'll be fine. We'll hear if something goes wrong.
Oh well. We hear if the facility blows up.
Who has the bomb on their back?
Colin.
Oh, well, if he goes, then you won't even know, so it's good. Okay, so you guys can move another 4 squares.
I think we're moving back the way we came and going to have a look around the other way, aren't we?
That's fine, so move yourself on the opposite side of Torin. All right, Jeff, go ahead and read.
Okay. This vast chamber seems at first to be a place of healing, at least, until you take a closer look. Large Bacta tanks line one border of the room, and the other medical equipment is distributed haphazardly throughout the area. Operating tables, many with clamps and other restraint devices, seem to be scattered throughout the room with no real pattern to their arrangement, and the entire room has the same sterile smell of a medical bay. All right, as we enter the room, we see an Imperial medical researcher standing at a computer console next to a large Bacta tanks.
Okay, you guys
as is
make
the 2-1B medical droid.
Jeff, you two make 3 purple perception checks.
I also have something else that I want to do at this time.
Okay, so as you see, so
I had an action I wanted to declare to go ahead and start doing now. Also,
did you want to get more information about the room before you move forward?
oh, I'm not moving forward.
Before you do your action, do you want to hear more information?
Yeah, that's fine. It's not going to affect the information, so it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So yeah, that's fine.
So, in here, the door is still open at the moment. Thornton is basically 1 square away from the controls. This looks like some form of master computer. You have some looks like Felucian bodies in these vats. One looks completely messed up. One is looks a little bigger than a normal Felucian, and then there's another which seems a normal size Felucian you've seen with all these tubes in it and some goo going into it. And then you see these hulking Felucians strapped to the table, and it looks like Thornton. It looks like this guy is doing some work on them. So, Will, what?
The Imperial biochemist looks like he's doing work, or the
Yep.
droid looks like
Okay.
he's doing work.
So at this time, since they still think I'm one of them, and something's wrong with me, I'm kind of confused. I'm going to go ahead and use disarming smile on them, because they're kind of already going to be at ease. So that's kind of my reasoning for doing it.
What's disarming smile?
It's an opposed charm check to lower all defenses of a target until the end of the encounter.
Okay. Who's your target?
Well, that's why I said I was going to go ahead and start, and I'm using the whole reason because, hey, I'm one of you guys, so why would they have any reason to? And I'm just going to start here, and I'm going to round robin through everybody if I have enough time. Just basically trying to calm the situation and be, because I'm one of them, so why would they be alarmed?
Is it, what book is that in?
I believe it's Edge of the Empire.
Edge of the Empire, because is it really a disarming smile or your demeanor? You're in full stormtrooper armor with a mask, a helmet on.
Well, and I guess that's what I need to figure out too, because it doesn't actually tell you how it's done. Do I have to smile?
Stuart,
or
have you ever?
Can I just do it with my demeanor?
Have you ever been in a situation like this?
Right. What's he trying to use the talent to do?
He wants you to just use the talent disarming smile, which puts people off guard. But is it actually kind of you have to see his facial expressions for it or not?
Just pulling up disarming smile now.
That's what I'm not sure of. I'm kind of using the reason of hey, I'm one of you guys, so they wouldn't be on edge.
Well, so the talent specifically is about lowering their defense, in this case, ranged and melee.
But they don't have any. Stormtrooper outfits don't give you any defense.
That's
what I'm trying to do is to see if I can use that talent, in this social setting.
So you
not
give
so much.
All right. So make a charm. And it's a charm opposed by what?
It is an opposed charm. An opposed charm check.
So their charm versus yours.
Well, we'll start here first.
Now, what I need to ask is how is because it doesn't really go into detail on how it's done in the book. Is this going to be something?
Yes, it's your demeanor
below my cover, or can I just do it as my kind of like my demeanor?
Right now, we're going to use it. It's your demeanor, and you're going to talk about, hey, let's go get some drinks afterwards, etc., etc. So make your roll.
What's the difficulty?
1 for the stormtrooper. 1 purple. You got.
Oh yeah, I didn't.
That's
take
right.
The other ones
So
out.
that means you'll take 2 strain.
Okay.
And
I guess that. And I guess that kind of takes my action for that round because I'm just going to ask.
He's in love with your idea of going drinking. Okay.
And how long does the action actually take? Because what I'm doing is, as we're in here, just kind of, I'm going to use the same thing to go around to everybody doing it.
Well, we're in a narrative per se, so I'm not doing it per time per se. I'm doing it I'm going around the table with folks of saying, what are you doing? So I'm keeping everyone in sync.
Okay, that's fine.
So Thornton, yes.
So he's talking to the stormtrooper.
He's like, yeah, my friend.
Yeah, I just didn't know if we're in a narrative, if I can just kind of blanket affect it on everybody.
Wow.
But that's fine. We can get to it.
Is that the new DRX 9000 computer console? As I make my way closer to it. Wow, I've heard about these. These are some pretty powerful machines. You mind if I look at it?
Okay. We'll get back to you guys. Del, Sarad.
I think we'd probably like to see what we can see around this direction.
Okay, let me see where you think you guys could get to here if you did 2 moves, right?
Probably. We're on the lookout for cameras and such.
There's none in this part.
So you guys can move your 8 spaces, and give me a 3.
Down to where I am, Del.
Yep. Just.
No, you actually.
Anything?
Yeah, I'll get to me in a second. And it actually looks clear. There's no cameras along this side of the wall in your direction here. This is probably the places where stormtroopers go to make out and do whoopee or something.
Are there female stormtroopers?
I don't know. How many stormtroopers do you know?
Not many. The Empire is very anti-alien, but also very
sexist.
Sexist, yes.
Except for officers. There's a lot of female officers.
Here in the Empire, most of the female are officer, and the thing is very kinda sleep for the position most of the time, like Dala and Tarkin.
So is this why you always see stormtroopers in Twi'lek dancing bars?
Probably.
Yep.
Those huts are smart. Okay. So jumping back, he's like, well, sure, Chuck, but you should get checked out. And he goes, Dr. Heinrich, we need some help. And he ignores the stormtrooper and he walks with a goose step very quickly, saying, "Get away from there."
Oh, no problem. I was just admiring this nice piece of equipment, which, with my salary, I will probably never ever.
The body on this table starts to twitch a little bit, and you see the droid walk on over and kind of adjust straps. Will, who's your next target? Which I saw 2 blue beeps, so I'm not sure which is.
Does that work on a droid?
Droids are people too.
They're immune to a whole bunch of stuff. Organics are not.
I'm trying to figure out, are these things up and moving around, or is it just
They're strapped.
this and this one, and the stormtrooper and us?
Just us and the Stormtrooper and the droid for now. The 2 mutated Lucians are currently strapped to the bed.
Okay, for the droid, I'm just going to be like, you need a hand, and kind of go over there like I'm helping him, basically to kind of put him off guard. Like, you need a hand, a help, and I'm going to kind of help him strap these things down and kind of put him at ease with the disarming smile as well.
Okay. Well, Jeff, can you tell him how many purple he has?
Yes, let me pull up the droid.
Well, you need to upgrade the difficulty by 1.
Okay. The B1 medical droid has a presence of 1.
So it's going to be upgrade the difficulty by 1 and add 2 setback.
So what is that, our red and 2 setbacks?
Yep.
Yeah, red and 2 purple. I mean, red and 2 black.
2 black.
Okay.
Ooh.
Well, take a strain, and you tell me what you want to do for your triumph. Stuart, do you know what book Disarming Smile's in?
I think probably Edge of the Empire. I'll check. Give me a moment.
Yeah,
I didn't see it in there.
I didn't see it in there.
In that case, it'll be Fly Casual.
Thank you.
No problem.
And
Take,
see, that's what I was looking at.
Page 32 of.
It shows
Fly
the
Casual.
effect of the talent, but I don't know how it's employed is my big question. Because the book I
Well,
was looking at showed the
This
effect.
is a narrative system. You need to come up with some justifications to why you can use it. So it's like I talked to him about how hot the local Twilight girls are, or something like that.
Okay. So that's okay. Then that's what I was doing. Since he's trying to strap this guy down tighter, I was going to come over here and be like, "You need a hand," and I'm going to start helping him, kind of help him out, strapping it down tighter to kind of put him at ease.
So, actually, the droid actually seems very perturbed when you're doing that. And he goes, "Excuse me, what are you doing? You are not authorized.
Oh,
You're
sorry.
not authorized medical personnel. Please,
I just thought I would
back
help."
off."
And he backs up.
And Stormtrooper comes over going, "Chuck, what is wrong with you? You okay?"
I'm just a bit rattled from what happened earlier, and having to make my way back here on foot.
Give me another 3 purple deception check.
Okay.
Thornton, there's a very irate human shooing you away.
I back to my original spot.
Well, the stormtrooper took it.
How's that? Is that far enough away from your?
If it was up to him, he would probably want you outside of his lab. You're just a nuisance stormtrooper.
Sorry, sir. Well,
And he is trying to shoot. You're too close.
Oh, it's
Try to-
probably too late, but that triumph I would have used for smooth talk or to have just gotten another success on that charm roll.
Actually, the amount of successes doesn't matter. It's how many ranks you have. How many ranks do you have?
1.
Okay.
Which a triumph would automatically convert to a success anyway, right?
That's why you have 2. If you actually look, you rolled 1 success, but it actually converted the triumph to a success too, and the triumph symbol.
Okay.
He goes, "What is it? Are you 773?" He goes, "TK 773. You are out of line. You will step back."
yes, sir. Step back again. Well, you said stormtroopers.
Yeah, he actually points to you to stand like right here.
Where at? I don't see it. Is it really?
There
Oh,
it goes.
Sir? Yes, sir.
And you hear him grumble about stupid stormtroopers messing with stuff. Okay, Del and Sharad, if you continue on to move, can you move? You guys can move up 4 squares.
And see a stormtrooper.
And Sharad, make a perception check for me. Another 2 purple. Okay, take 2 more strain. Okay, so do you see any stormtroopers, Sharad?
I see a guy here and something here. Is that a swoop or something? And this looks like a dude.
Okay, so you see that. So good. All right, you see. So you see that. Del sees that. So you guys see what you see. You right here. There seems to be a fixed camera with with a field of view in this direction, and you also see a camera here.
Yeah.
Someone just drew something.
That would be me. I was trying to draw the camera arc.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You see another camera, and it's pointing in this direction, and then you see a third camera kind of here on the corner, and that's doing a kind of sweeping motion.
Okay.
That's gonna be hard to pass.
Give me a 2 purple knowledge warfare check. How many ranks of mechanics do you have trained?
1.
Add a
One.
blue die.
I have 1 too, but no warfare. So do I roll it or?
No, I want to give people some benefit for taking knowledge skills.
Okay.
Yes. Success.
That's a heavy repeating blaster emplacement.
Which one? Oh, that gun down there?
Yep.
Okay.
It looks pretty fixed, and it's set up for, defense at the front.
So it's pointing that way.
Yes. It could be used. It could be turned around and used in defense of a facility, but that would take time, and it would normally require a team of individuals.
Okay, and I assume that this black chap is manning that gun currently?
Yeah, you figure he'd be the gunner, but, he's kind of just standing right now, smoking a cigarette through his mask.
Through his gunnery
Does he have,
helmet.
Does he have, a small hole in his mask so you can put the cigarette in?
I guess so. So, okay.
Okay.
When you mention stormtroopers, Torn will step back because he's not as stealthy as you. Is there anything else you want to do, or just observe what's going on here?
For now, I'll observe him. Wanting to think, is there, any way of, stealthing through this area without tripping the cameras? Could you go either high or low or behind cover and so on?
You would need to hack into the cameras.
Okay, so far I only know about one stormtrooper, which is this guy.
And Del, can you highlight where you see stormtroopers? So Sarai
Simple.
can
I see only one. This guy. It's the only thing I see.
there. So there's 2 guys there.
Okay.
Between the 2 of you. And you've never encountered a single stormtrooper in your life. Okay. The other guy comes in saying, Lieutenant Aiden Lieutenant Aiden came and wants to know about the individuals. He goes, okay. Does he want to see him now? He goes, yes. And first then he looks at you, Colin, and asks, what's the security code for the day?
Can I slowly inch my way over to the table.
You want to go before Colin does?
Yeah, if
Okay.
they ask him the question, I want to kind of, while they're not paying too close attention to me.
Colin
the
will,
fact-
or
Go ahead and
go ahead.
move yourself first, Thornton. Because as the biochemist sees you itching away further, he goes back to doing what he was ever doing to this creature.
And when he asks me that, 773 or 777 will be like, I don't know what today's code is because I was gone yesterday. I didn't make it back in time to get the new code.
Roll a daunting deception.
Because they were supposed to report in yesterday.
They probably
he
make
was-
them up in advance.
He wasn't near the communications tower. No way to call back.
Daunting is how many purple?
5.
Okay.
Might want to roll to use Destiny point on this.
Yeah. He's a destiny ball.
All right. That's fine. So what do I get if I spend a destiny on here?
You would upgrade one of your green dice to a yellow dice.
Okay.
Give me 3 purple, Jeff.
Intelligence.
Upgrade.
Yep.
Upgrade 1. Okay.
No, this is simul. This is simul. So go ahead. Okay, waiting on you, Jeff. All right. So you say that, and you say that to Chuck, and the other stormtrooper is, the code words are in your book before you get assigned to this camp, and you have to memorize them all. That story doesn't hold up. And then Collins, he goes, hey, leave Chuck alone. He's been out there for like 3 days, trudging through it, probably fighting Rancors, surviving the attack. Give the guy a break. His brain's frazzled. And then Thornton goes and says, the code for today is Sarlacc. And it's like, okay. He goes, all right, and he kind of backs off.
Whew.
And I guess you take 2 more string, Colin.
Could I use the advantage to give myself a blue on whatever action I take next?
Okay, well, all right.
And then I guess we'll just follow them if they're taking us somewhere.
So now the doctor still works. Says, get on the table.
Who's he say that to?
You get on the examination table.
And I'll just move back to get out of your way.
It's going to be okay, Chuck. Things will. So the doctor tells the droid to start. Sets up here, and I will get back and describe this setup. The door's still open. This stormtrooper's eyeing you warily. Your friends here giving you support. Thornton, you really don't. These things fascinate you and terrify you at the same time.
I have
But
an
it-
idea.
But it's all kind of medical stuff, and there does seem to be bits of cybernetics, you see.
So when they're all looking at Colin's character,
You're going to skip Sherrod and Dell.
okay, I'll hold off. I'll let you know.
Dell, Sherrod.
So there's a way in past this checkpoint without alerting the cameras. If we turn,
There is, except for that guy poses a problem on the path.
well, I don't see the guy, so.
I thought you saw this stormtrooper here.
Oh yeah, this one. Okay.
Yeah, he kind of poses one, and then Sherrod's telling you there's another one here, which would also pose a complication if he's perceptive enough. And
Could we
you're-
scramble up the wall onto the roof, perhaps?
no, do you guys have like climbing gear?
Nope.
It's it's smooth permeocrete, and when you look up, it looks like there's kind of a second story.
Right.
Well, in meta, I know things are gonna go south really fast, and really quickly. But for Dylan, don't know, Sirad want to do something because don't really see anything to distract the stormtroopers or something.
We could throw a coin or something or make a bird sound. Hey, Torrin, I've got an idea. We could try and lure a stormtrooper over, and you could slice and dice.
Okay, but you kind of take people down better than I can.
You have a sword?
I do have a sword.
I was meaning to be quiet rather than noisy.
Well, generally people aren't quiet when they get hit with the sword because they scream.
Have you ever considered going for the throat?
No, never really thought of that, but sure, I could try. Tell me what you want to do.
Well, to be honest, do we want to try and do this, or do we want to just wait and see if the comlinks start working with Thornton working his magic?
The comlinks do work inside here, so you know you can communicate with them and they can communicate with you. Assume you were maintaining radio silence because you know he was near two stormtroopers, so trying to talk on our comms could potentially compromise.
Do we want to do anything, Del, or do you think we should just wait?
Either wait or go on the other side and spending 2 or 3 turns. Your call. The only thing I know is that I get out I ready my blaster and a grenade.
I'll ready my blaster as well. My blaster takes 2 hands. I'm quite happy just to wait until things go noisy, but I would suggest we move down towards this wall.
I'm sorry, do your click again.
I would suggest we move towards the wall, but not out into the camera view.
Alright.
I assume this 45-degree here is a wall?
Yes. So, whoever's here, you could kind of keep back a little bit pretty well. Whoever's here has to be cognizant here of that camera, because if its field of view pans over, there's a chance it can see you.
Well, we could just have one person here and one person here.
Yes. Then you're fine.
Okay, I see.
Me and Torin stay in the back.
Yep, I see at least 3 more stormtroopers.
Oh,
so
great.
you might want to point them out to Del.
Okay.
All right. So back into the fun med bay. So you sit down, and the medical droid goes, "Please remove your helmet, sir."
Shit, and this is where things go south.
Hey,
Knew it.
So
I have a conditional when I want an action to take place.
What
I
is
want to
it?
wait when everyone's looking at Colin, the droid and 2 stormtroopers, I guess, to check his vitals or take his helmet off. When they're looking at him, I want to press the button by this Felucian mutant to release his straps when they're focused on Colin's character. So that's what my character is going to do. He's waiting for that condition to happen.
Okay. So everyone but the doctor and the Felucians are staring at you, Colin, waiting for you to take your mask. And then all of a sudden you hear a
The mutant's loose! The mutant's loose!
And a roar.
I'm going to say in Felucian, I am friend from Chief. In earshot of this Felucian mutant next to me.
And the droid's like, "Please remove your mask, sir." And this stormtrooper's looking at you, saying, "Yeah, remove the mask." This stormtrooper's focused on the Felucian mutant. And you guys see the doctor going, "What?" And then start tapping something on his wrist.
Okay.
Sir, should I
As soon as
try and stun him? And I'm going to make my way over here.
he
All
starts
right, hold on.
tapping,
Move yourself back, Jeff.
Okay.
Finish what you're saying, Will.
what's the distance on those blasters that we have?
They're medium, I believe. I double check.
Is that within medium range?
Give
Yep.
me one moment.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
They're long range. They can shoot
So
everything in the room.
They're, I think, blaster rifles, actually.
Yeah, they're
Now,
blaster
this-
rifles.
this droid right here, before I decide what I'm going to do, does it look like it had any weapon systems on it?
What would you consider a weapon system from a medical droid?
Like, does it have like guns or knives on it?
No guns.
It has like scalpels and kind of saws that you would use for medical treatment, not like combat knives or guns.
Okay. In that case, this guy probably seems like the bigger threat. So as soon as this pollution is released, I'm going to fire a shot at this dude.
The one that's not your friend.
Yeah.
Okay. I need Torin, Del, and Sherrod to roll vigilance, and you two to roll cool. Yeah, you guys can make the cool roll. Sherrod, Del, do your vigilance rolls, and
I'll do the stormtrooper vigilance.
yep. And I need you to do another Group B stormtroopers and the gunner.
I don't think that Stormtrooper's initiative vigilance is quite right.
I'll just re-roll it.
Well,
No,
hold on. No, that's fine. It's you ignore all of that. So he has 1, 2, 3 successes. He has a 3.2 initiative.
Yeah, it already put him in the turn initiative.
Can advantages on an initiative roll be used, like the 2 advantages, to give me a
No.
blue die? Okay.
I am going to use my triumph. Torin comes up saying, "I don't know why. I have something's going to happen."
There you go.
Will, you got to take that first slot because it's your action that's going to kick off this cluster.
So blaster this dude right here, since he's got a blaster as well.
Okay, it's range heavy.
So are you going to shoot first, Torn, or are you going to wait for, Colin? Or were they
Colin is shooting.
Okay.
And the droid's
Range
like,
heavy.
Take off your helmet.
What's the difficulty dice I need to put in for range heavy?
Or
It's range
one.
heavy.
Since it's close range, pretty much.
It's 1 dice, 1 purple.
Okay. All right.
Did you shoot like a stormtrooper? Yep.
Take
Yeah.
another strain.
Okay.
Okay.
And how is movement done? Like, how many squares can I move?
4.
4. And then is it 2 strain for another action?
2 strange
Yeah,
action
yes.
maneuver.
Yeah.
2
And I'll
straight
move
One
one
to
out.
there,
action
so I
per
have
turn normally.
I'll move to there, so I'll have some cover.
This
2 straight for maneuver.
this is going to be really interesting. So the biochemist goes and clicks on here, and all of a sudden you hear the base sirens going off, and Torn goes, "Yeah, see, I told you something was going to happen." And then he basically says, "Kill them," and then this creature turns toward you guys, and the straps pop off this table.
The bottom table, right?
The straps popping off because he's like flexing his muscles.
No, like someone released the straps. And actually, going to do another.
I need to scroll down. I need to see where the action is.
You actually saw it looked like they started heading that direction.
Okay.
And you actually saw, you identified 3. You actually caught a glimpse of one that came out of here, so there was a 4th one.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so it is now a PC's turn.
You want to take it, Del?
I say you shoot. I throw the grenade.
Why don't you throw the grenade first, and I'll mop up whatever's left.
Oh well, if you want. Wanted to give you a clear shot, but I throw the grenade is.
Well, you'll probably need to move so you can see your target first.
Yeah.
And grenades
Or-
are short range, so 20
It's
feet.
short range.
So 4 squares, Del.
4 square here and 20 feet away. Yeah, no.
You can burn 2 strain to move closer.
And I have to. So just a little closer, and I throw the grenade here, right in the middle,
Actually,
or here.
Yeah, it gets you throw it at a guy and it hits adjacent guys, so that's probably your best shot at it. All right, so do your thrown weapons.
Okay, so it's one purple check, short range, and
Yeah. If there was any dark modifiers, your eyesight actually knocks them off anyway, so you're good.
wall.
The trigger.
Well, Del, you actually hit all three. Well done.
Is it a frag grenade?
Yeah, it's a blast. Blast
Yeah.
6. So
Nice.
damage is 8. What is their soak? 5, 8 minus. So you do 8, 9 minus 5. Out. That takes him out. Blast activates against him of 6. And blast activates against him. Well, that was a very nasty surprise.
Did they hear the explosion in our room too?
Well, you guys heard blaster, then you heard the klaxon, then you heard an explosion, and now you're going to hear some more stuff because I think Sharad is next.
Del, what are you doing with your final advantage? It costs 2 to activate the blast.
Just give you a boost die, Sarad. So
Thank you.
go on and
1,
do your worst.
2, 3, 4.
Isn't he already?
Well,
It needs.
I think this is going to count as medium because it's 25 feet, unfortunately, unless I can just target the minion group as a whole at 20 feet. Do I need to target versus medium, or can I go versus short?
It's medium.
Okay, in that case, I'm including this dude as well, but targeting this group first.
All right, hold on. So which dude are you targeting?
I'll start with this guy, work my way up. If I eventually kill all of these guys, I'll then go on to this guy.
It's this guy, he has light.
Does he have cover?
So
He's here? No, okay, it's...
you're blocked. You can't shoot that guy. It's
Okay.
blocked by the edge of the wall. He can't
Okay,
shoot you
so
from there
this
either.
thing here is a wall.
No, the black. This
No,
Okay.
it's not a wall, it's the
No, no,
grid
I
on the
can-
wall.
I can
It's
see
big.
this. I can see part of this guy.
Yeah, but see, it goes to this corner. Hold on, I need to switch.
No, yeah. This guy
Corner
blocked
blocked it.
is out of line of sight for you. Unless you have an area effect. So you can hit these 3 stormtroopers.
Yeah.
I needed to know if this guy has like cover or anything, because he has to declare his autofile targets and then shoot at the hardest one.
Yeah, he doesn't not have cover
Not cover of this.
from behind.
It's grids.
Okay, so they're all then the same difficulty to hit.
Okay, so it's 3 purple. I have 1 blue dice from Del. I will take another blue dice and 2 strain to aim. Right, let's see what happens.
Good.
Well,
Um,
first, before anything, let me just let people know I currently have Sarad at 6 strain, Colin at 6 strain, Thornton at 3, and Del at 2 from the encounter. And I just want to throw that out. So, and let Stuart decide what he wants to do with the advantage.
Where's the
I'd like to use 3 of them to basically have shot all of the rifles out of these guys' hands as their 1 minion group.
Yeah, you can spend 3.
Combat related. Okay, that is going to cost you 6 because there are actually 2 minion groups.
So you can have it apply to 1.
I'll have it applied to 1 of the 2.
This is a guy who's hurt pretty bad,
Yep.
and the guy you couldn't shot is the associated guy with that minion group. And these 2 guys are the same minion group.
Okay, so these 2 guys drop their guns. I'd like to give a blue dice to the next PC, who hears a burst of rapid fire, which spurs them into action, and then I'm going to use the last one to recover a point of strain.
Okay. I actually have to rule your auto fire would really only help in the combat that Torn, Del, and you are in. It won't really help the inside combat. They're kind of
Okay.
2 separate engagements here. So
Okay, if that's how you want to do it, that's fine. Then it will go to the next player in this combat.
Centauri.
The next player, shot. Next player in a strain. Got it. Who wants to go next?
Centurion, come out and play.
I don't know if he's quick enough.
So-
1, 2,
Colin?
3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right. He will.
My keyboard is just insanely loud.
All right. So he puts a beat down on this stormtrooper, and he's engaged with this stormtrooper.
So I would like to give Torrin a knowing wink at this point.
Oh, I'm sorry. Torrin had a blue die. It won't matter. 3
May as well.
Ah,
Might get advantage.
okay. Yeah, 4 advantage. Okay. I will follow the wisdom of Sharad and knock his vibroblade off that guy. So he has to use brawl and recover his strain. Do you want to do the stormtrooper groups in here or the Felucians?
Yeah, let's switch. I'll do the ones.
Yeah, 2 NPCs go.
Okay. So the room ones go.
Yeah. Go ahead and do the room stormtroopers.
Okay.
And then I'll do the room stormtroopers and do this mutant.
I need you to do that, mutant. I'm not sure how he responds because I
Okay.
told him in pollution that I'm friends with
Then
their chief.
I'll go with him first. So he looks at you like with a completely blank stare, like his eyes are glossed over, and you see little electronic things blinking in his head when the biochemist tells him to attack. And what defense do you have?
Yeah, no defense. Stormtrooper armor. Now, how's he say attack? Does he just point over in our direction? Because we all look the same.
He said kill them and was pointing at you two, the stormtroopers that are near him.
Well, Colin wasn't here when he said that. Colin was on the bench when he said kill them.
Okay. Kill the stormtroopers on the left. And you're the closest guy. You are the closest guy. This should be set up properly. So he gives blue dice. He's going to give out 2 blue dice. 1 to the next group that goes and 1 to the group after that. Did you want to do the stormtroopers?
Okay, so do the stormtroopers.
As your buddy goes, what the hell's wrong? What's going on, Chuck?
So Chuck's not going to shoot because he's not quite sure what's going on. He really hates you. He knew you were an imposter and a traitor the whole time. So he's going to shoot at you. He's going to move a little closer, though.
This guy has the making of officer material.
Do I have partial cover from where I went to?
Did you spend 2 strain to do an additional maneuver of take cover?
If I can, that was the whole reason I moved, was to try to get into cover.
All right, so you have put the little cover symbol on you, and I'll up your strain to 8.
Because I was trying to get into a position that basically gave me cover from everybody.
So Jeff,
Shooting like stormtroopers.
you need to upgrade the difficulty. Do you have any defense, Colin?
Just a second.
The holographic costume does have a defensive 1.
Okay.
So right now, just roll a red and a black because you were supposed to upgrade the difficulty on that attack.
Right.
And you need to add a blue from the Felucian attack. He ended up with 6 advantage.
I guess he'll give it to the biochemist.
No, the biochemist went, did something.
The medical droid?
Medical droid has not gone yet, and neither has this Felucian.
Okay. He'll give it to that Felucian.
Okay, so there's still the medical droid and the Felucian to act.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, he actually misses you and kind of destroys the table and tears up his arm a bit in the process.
Okay.
And last is left is the droid.
Stop. You. Yes, I'll just do a brawl. Okay. 1 brawl, 2 purple, because it's melee. Attacking Thornton. And he missed. And he takes...
No, okay. So, Thornton, as you kind of dodge out of the way on the droid, you notice that there is a potential you could just shut the droid down.
I have a restraining bolt with me, too, and controller.
Or do that. But there's a potential way you can gracefully shut it down if you can get like a good kind of grapple check with it next turn.
Okay.
And we're at the top of order.
Well,
Good.
Thornton never went.
Oh, Thornton.
Oh, okay.
Thornton, go.
All right. To push the play button on my data pad where all the Felucian villagers were saying the names of all their loved ones. What is that? Action, maneuver.
That's an action to... I know what you're trying to do. So that would be an action.
Okay, that'll be my action. And I want to take cover from ranged attacks.
As opposed to take a guarded stance against the melee attacks?
I have a 50-50 chance of getting hit by anything. I don't know. Can I ascertain if it looks like the Felucian mutants' melee damage is more powerful than the blasters?
You would ascertain that would be a yes, because the stormtroopers are trying not to hit what they consider allies in the engagement, and the Felucians don't have to worry about that.
I am going to do range.
Okay.
I almost get killed by 1 stormtrooper, so he does not like the stormtrooper rifles.
Put on your little castle, and then who's the PC that wants to go at the top of the round?
That would be me, Colin. Okay.
Um,
So I'm just going to completely disregard that rifle that I had, and I'm going to pull that bomb out of that bag and put my finger on the little manual detonate button, and I'm going to say, stand down,
so
or I blow
Colin,
us all up.
you can bluff it, but you actually do not want to activate the bomb, because if you activate the bomb,
Oh, no,
you
no,
have
no.
like 5
I'm
minutes.
not pushing the button. I'm putting my finger over it like I'm going to push the button, and I need you to tell me whether I should roll leadership or deception, because if I think I'm going to die here, I will push the button. But if not, it's a bluff. So then it would be a deception roll.
You're actually pretty serious then of taking everyone in this building completely out, including your friends who don't know what's going on. So it's not a bluff.
So then it would be a leadership roll.
And Thornton, you know that it might be a 50-50 chance if they just hack at the bomb and to disable it, because you're not sure of what the detonation sequence is.
But what I'm doing is I'm putting my finger on it like if anybody moves, I will push a button right now.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's
there's a
fine.
timer.
I understand. So they don't know it's a timer, and pretty much all the humans hesitate. The Felucians look like in a berserk rage. So
Do
make
they?
your lead. Yes.
Does my actions do anything?
Oh,
Hearing
I'm sorry.
Their family members calling their names in
At the
addition
moment,
to me
no.
saying I'm friends.
They don't seem in with it at all. They seem completely oblivious to it at the moment.
And I was thinking that the biochemist is controlling him, so I didn't know what he would end up doing.
So make your leadership check.
Okay. Difficulty?
Actually, I'm sorry. You're not making a leadership check. You're doing a coercion check.
Okay.
So you're doing coercion.
How many purple?
It's the worst. The worst of the group is 3 purple, but add a blue and upgrade your check because you actually got a friggin' bomb.
Okay, and anybody care if I flip a destiny point to upgrade it again?
Go ahead.
Oh, use light side. Okay. What just happened?
Yep, it used it. So
Okay. So now I got to make the roll. Did that come out right with using the destiny point?
how many? You have no skills in coercion? You have no
No.
rank? Then yes, that
No.
came out exactly right.
Okay.
So the first the friend goes, "You're not Chuck." Chuck would never do such a thing, you traitor. This guy goes, yeah, and he goes, he goes, we could disarm it. So you kind of didn't have the right effect. And
All right.
I will keep you guys in suspense.
Did the gunner ever go?
No, the gunner figured the 4 stormtroopers up ahead could protect him, and he's expecting an attack coming now. So he figured his friends could handle it until he heard an explosion and a hail of gunfire.
So he's going to shoot the closest person, which is Sarad. Right. So that's medium distance, 2 purple. Do you have any defense, Sarad?
I believe he actually has 2.
Okay. Add 2 black.
What is he shooting with?
A Z50 grenade launcher.
Okay. Did he have that drawn already?
He had it ready from last turn.
Oh! Dang! He just lobs a grenade. It's a dud. So he's gonna give the next NPC to move a blue dice.
I was going to say that would be Green Stormtrooper group.
Oh,
So this guy is engaged and has only grenades.
okay, this guy self grenades. Does not engage.
He has grenades, his vibro knife, and his blaster rifle.
Okay, he's gonna move here and lob a grenade at this character, Dell.
He basically, what he did is do a maneuver to get into short range, but not engage. So he's not considered engaged. And that's just a part of this grid system that Jeff's using. So he is technically non-engaged with me.
Does Dell have defense?
What's the blue dice coming from? Oh, from the previous
Gunner
guy.
that missed. So hits the Dell, and then it activates the blast. Blast 6, yes.
Well, yes.
10 damage to Dell, minus his soak.
Ow, that tickles.
Ow, that hurts.
All right, so who's next? The
I
green
do-
squad of stormtroopers went.
Do the yellow.
He's on his friend, right? Okay. How much is it to shoot someone engaged?
Yeah, you just need to upgrade the difficulty.
Okay, so just a red dice for him to shoot. Okay, he's going to shoot at Torn.
Okay, you need to upgrade the difficulty 3 times and add 2 black. Oh, he hits one of his friends. Okay, she's going to go and she's going to assist the Felucian. Shura, can I go next, guys?
Yep.
I am moving and I'm going to engage everybody on my maneuver. And he's hurt. So I am attacking that guy. Mr. Yellow. Oh, wait, no. He had one. Thanks to Dell's grenade. That takes him out. Again, the legend of Dell grows.
So he's dead.
Gets the assist. It's another PC's turn.
I will move south 4 squares and shoot this dude at 1 purple. I assume he has no defense.
You're correct. No defense.
Do I need to use first success to make it a successful shot, or does it count towards damage as well?
No, it doesn't. You need it to make the first shot, so you did 13.
Okay, 13, and I'll use the last one to
One.
regain a strain. Did the gunner take the damage, and is he still up?
Still up.
All right. So see you right now, Dell or Thornton.
Do you want to go or?
So the blue droid is assisting the Felucian mutant. Does that give me a benefit to slap a straining bolt on it?
No, because it's still in melee engage with you and not letting its guard down. Your benefit is the droid is focused on the Felucian, that it didn't use its maneuver to take the guarded stance against you.
All right, so I'm gonna try to slap this restraining bolt on it. Okay, so I have a blue dice that I have not used yet because I haven't rolled anything that requires a roll on my action. So just a melee attack. Okay, so that didn't work. I'm going to do defensive stance with my.
You mean guarded stance?
Yeah, garden. So who's the next PC going?
Okay. So he's going to. So Colin, you don't take any damage, but he swipes his blade, but knocks the bomb over here.
Okay.
I want to
But
use my advantage. I want to give my character a blue dice.
okay. Okay, so don't want to blast, so they're going to pop you with their vibro knife, and they're going after Thornton. Do you have any defense?
I do have the black defense, and I'm also. I guess engage doesn't matter. I'm
Not
the
when
black
they're
defense.
attacking in melee.
I got the guard stance. So that's one.
Okay, you didn't clear out the dice pool, I guess.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't clear it out when he attacked Torn.
Okay, 4 damage.
It glances off the armor.
Pierce 2, so you lose 2 points of soak.
It's a lot better than a blaster.
And then the Felucian on you, Will. So he's going to give his buddy a blue dice, and the next person that goes a blue dice. Del, your turn.
Yep. So Sarah's gonna go for the gunner. I'll just aim twice and shoot this guy.
Okay,
He's gonna get what he wants if you throw me a grenade.
so what is that? 2 blue now?
Yep.
And upgrade the difficulty by 1.
Please. Die.
All right. So honestly, Del, the damage is going to kill him. So maybe you want to convert your triumph to an advantage for something.
Yep.
Could I make a suggestion for the triumph?
Go on.
Shot ricochets and takes out or does something to the other guy's rifle, the gunner. Something to make his life difficult on his turn.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to do. In any case, I got free advantage, so can take out the blade of the other. If I followed right, he's on melee right now.
Okay, yeah. So I'll say you could burn 2 advantage to do a ricochet, and then you convert the triumph to a 3 advantage, and the gunner, and in some weird way that only Del can do, you shot the gun out of his hand by killing the guy. Who wants to go first?
I got an idea. I want to go first. I'm gonna get on my Imperial comm, and I am going to. I'm gonna say this is TK 773. The mutated Felucians are on the loose, and they're attacking stormtroopers in the medbay. Send all available units. I am not lying. They are attacking stormtroopers. That was my incidental.
Yes.
Okay, so I want to disengage. I want to convert an action to a maneuver. Take 2 strain. Can I access the console if I get right here? Is that
Which console?
the one next to the biochemist?
You access the console on the spot he's standing on,
Oh, I just have to be there.
like a normal person access.
Okay, so I'll be right here.
Okay. Hold on. So you took your maneuver to disengage, and then you did a 1, 2, 3, 4 for a maneuver. How did you get there?
Okay, so
Because
Yeah.
aren't you limited to 2 maneuvers a turn?
disengage.
That's 1 maneuver.
Mm-hmm. Converting an action to maneuver.
That's your second maneuver, and
You can take strain for a
You can
maneuver.
only take 2 maneuvers per turn.
Oh,
there's a
Yeah,
cap
okay.
of 2 maneuvers per turn.
I see. Okay.
So you don't need to take strain, and you end up there still in cover if you want. If you take strain, you still have an action to do something.
Okay. I'll do these. Do any of these controls next to me control back to tanks or anything over here?
Those controls control this bed.
What's this thing?
Uh,
Does it shoot some type of fluid?
yeah, but you're probably better accessing the thing to have the bed make an attack on the stormtrooper.
Yeah, that's too far away.
No, you just have the bed turn really quick.
Oh, yes. I'd like to make the. So I'll take the 2 strain and make the bed.
So give me a do a computer. You're at a 4 difficulty. And we'll start at a 3 damage for getting slapped on the bed. This is technically an attack roll. So you did 4 damage to him.
So I'll give Will a blue dice and myself a blue dice on my next turn.
Jeff, did you instead want to use 3 advantage to have the gun knocked out of his hands?
Actually, yes, I would.
Okay.
Or
And Will gets a blue die. So you actually hear the biochemist do a bunch of chatter that you kind of don't understand, but you do make out the words, what is it, 773 and 777 on what he's talking with on comms, and then you hear some feedback back on secure channel, more stuff you don't hear, then you hear 3, 2, 1, and then it goes quiet.
my comms quiet. Okay.
PC goes.
Is that on me or Dell and Sarad?
It's whoever wants to go.
I'd say Syra.
I would like to shoot this gunner. I
Yeah.
would like
Go
to
for
aim
it.
and shoot him.
You know what? I don't want you shooting him. I would like you to just kill him because
Well,
we're wasting too much time. So,
I'm attempting to kill him.
oh, a double aim.
No, that's a single aim, and my gun has accurate one already.
Yeah, I couldn't say you. Just I heard aim something shoot.
I
Aim,
don't
shoot.
think he's gonna.
Oh, what? How much damage?
1, 2, 3, 4. 15!
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I toss Torin a blue dice. You can do it, bro! Swing that laser sword!
Kind of gives you a quick, dirty look. All right, so you want me to go with a blue die. 8 points of damage. Well, Sharad, yeah, you're correct because it was your blue die that did it. There's another there's another PC to go.
Okay, as an incidental, I'm going to press a little cuff link on my arm. So I'm pressing that, and then I'm coming in over our comms. Where are you guys at?
Can I reply as an out of turn incidental, GM?
Now let the next person to go can apply, and which I think will be Dell.
And was talking an incidental also?
If it's
Yeah,
quick
if it's
words.
short.
Okay. And I dropped the Stormtrooper Hollow costume.
You hear, see, I told you.
And I don't know
again,
if I
you
can
just
still
hear,
make an attack or not.
You just dropped the costume as a maneuver.
Yeah.
I think you still have an action.
Okay. And I'm going to hit this guy right here with a blaster.
The stormtrooper or the mutant?
The mutant. Well, actually, is the Stormtrooper a melee? Has he got a melee weapon or does he have a blaster right now?
He had a blaster and that flew across the room, but he also has a melee weapon he can use.
Okay, then yeah, I'm going to hit this mutant right here.
Two
3
purple.
purple because I'm engaged, right?
3 purple.
Okay.
It's a heavy rifle, not a gun.
I'll just go with the 3. I might not hit, but
So I recommend we can do. I recommend we end after Dell's turn.
Okay.
So my turn. You?
No, actually,
Okay.
it is an NPC's turn.
All right. Let's go with the stormtrooper that called traitor. Actually, is that this one?
Yes.
All right. He's like, "What'd you do with Chuck?" And he's gonna try and stab you with a vibro.
Oh, and Colin, you're taking another strain from that, and just to let you know, I have you 9 of 12 right now.
You have 1 defense, correct, Colin?
yes.
So does he take? You can
Better
say
give
how
him-
you want to use. It's this threat. You want to give him 2 wounds. You
Damn.
can cause 1 strain, but minions don't have strain, so they take wounds.
Okay, then I'll just give him strain.
Okay, so he takes 2. All right. Who's next?
Another NPC group.
What do you want the mutants to do?
I could do it with the mutants. There's the droid and these two stormtroopers that are coming because you called for help.
Okay. Hey, what are you doing here? So they
he-
see Torn.
He just sits there kind of with a shrug. I don't know.
Put your hands or drop your weapons.
Okay.
They look at each other and be like, "You're not authorized to be here." Blast him. You're gonna take a shot at.
So upgrade twice with 2 black.
And it gives an advantage to the next NPC that goes.
You want to have the droid go next?
Yeah, let's have the droid go next. Droid can't do squat with 1 dice, so he's gonna assist the mutant
Okay.
that's next to him by trying to distract Colin.
And Colin has 1 defense, and it's getting aided by the droid.
Yeah.
Ow. So, Colin, that is 10 points of damage.
All right, let me mark it. And he takes 7.
Oh, well, he didn't like that. And you're going to need to roll your crit. This is 7 stun, right?
Yeah, 7 stone. You said 10 damage?
7, 8. No, I'm sorry, 9.
9?
9 minus your soak, but your soak is reduced by 1 point.
Oh, okay, hold on.
Did the mutant that attacked him take a wound?
Yeah, give him 1 more. Thank you.
Okay, so my soak is 2.
So you take 8 points of damage total.
Okay.
8 wounds.
Okay, and then he took the 7 stun, and you said I needed to roll crit.
Yeah, he got critted.
Okay. Okay, it says discouraging wound, flip 1 like Destiny to Dark.
Oh, no.
All right, I'll do that. But I need to check my chart because it's saying Will has 2 crits. And no. So all right, so Will, you get to act last when we get to for the next session. So Will, someone will have to, well, remember, he has, you currently have 1 crit. What's the severity of that?
You
1
roll
purple?
It's an easy 1 purple.
Okay, so you have 1 purple. Good. We're going to pretty much just finish this out with Dell.
Yeah, just wanted to run up to the Stormtrooper, grab his gun if possible with the loot system or not.
Okay,
I
so
don't know.
there is a blaster rifle, 2 vibronized, and a grenade.
I take the blaster rifle.
Roll me a force die.
Force day.
Yeah, you want white pips here.
Oops.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, pick one that you want to pick up.
The blaster rifle.
You got
And,
the blast. Okay.
And just take cover behind the corner. If there's any stormtrooper that comes,
Okay.
be ready to welcome them.
Here. So you kind of roll them over to the side. So can you see far enough to head? Can you see the guy here?
Nope. I see only this. This.
All right.
I'm right at the corner.
All right, good. And that will finish you out. So we're good. One last thing, guys. Stuart, how many wounds are you staying at right now?
I am currently at 1 wound, 3 strain.
You're at 3 strain. I had you at 5. Okay. Colin, how many wounds are you at? Thornton, how many?
I am at 8.
And I have you at 9 strain. Thornton?
I'm at 2 and 5. 2 wounds, 5 strain.
Dell, I have you at 4 strain.
That's it.
That's it. And I have Torin at 3 strain. And then Colin has 1 crit right now on him. All right. We'll pick up here. There's no rolling this is going to be a long continuation. So obligation's still going to be, no one's getting bothered by obligation. And we'll pick this up next time.